In this video, read the book of Hebrews chapter 11. This video is about the lack of faith. How can we strengthen our faith? With the help of the Word of God. Let us go start my video. 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things. 2. For by it the elders obtained a good report. 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the Word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. 4. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. 5. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and he was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased God. 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. 7. By faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. 8. By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went. 9. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. 10. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. 11. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. 12. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. 15. And truly if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have richer end. 16. But now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. 17. By faith Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. 18. Of whom it was said, in Isaac your seed shall be called. 19. Concluding that God was able to raise him up, even from the dead, from which he also received him in a figurative sense. 20. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. 21. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning on the top of his staff. 22. By faith Joseph, when he was dying, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel, and give instructions concerning his bones. 23. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hidden for 3 months by his parents, because they saw he was a beautiful child, and they were not afraid of the king's command. 24. By faith Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. 25. Choosing rather suffer affliction with the people of God, than to enjoy the passing pleasure of sin. 26. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to reward. 27. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. 28. By faith they kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. 29. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, whereas the Egyptians, attempting to do so, were drowned. 30. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. 31. By faith the harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe when she had received the spies with peace. 32. And what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Jephthah, also of David and Samuel and the prophets. 33. Who through faith subdued kingdom, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. 34. Quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. 35. Women received their dead raised to life again. Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance that they might obtain a better resurrection. 36. Still others had trials of mockings and scourging, yes, and of chains and imprisonment. 37. They were stoned, they were sawn in two, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented. 38. Of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and mountains, in dens and caves of the earth. 39. And all these, having obtained a good testimony through faith, did not receive the promise. 40. God having provided something better for us, that they should not be made perfect apart from us. Thank you for watching this video.